right, so that is a little bit of Banks to the Ohio, which is one of the prettiest and most horrifying songs ever. It's a beautiful tune. Once you get into the second verse, a lot of bad things are happening. A lot of bad things are happening. So, anyway, but it is a great old traditional tune, and I think it's a good jumping off point to talk about this here, which is essentially conversational guitar playing. And having a conversation in music is really one of the best ways to play, where you can really hold to the melody so the listener appreciates it, but then have a chance to explore too and improvise a little bit. And this is something that people can really grab onto, the audience can really grab onto. Okay? So it's a nice song to do this with because there's so much open space. Well, I ask my love to take a walk. And we can fill that open space with something. I'll do like a bad scatting, okay? Bad scatting. Well, I ask my love to take a walk, just to walk a little way, as we walk along we talk all about our wedding day. Okay, so just out of my musical memory of whatever music I've heard or whatever cartoons I've watched or whatever it is, you know, there's all these little things floating around the brain, the gray matter up there. And then if you could get an ounce of that, if you could get a teaspoon of that in your guitar playing, you're doing pretty good. So let's do a little bit of this. I'm going to play a melody. See what I can add in there. A little ending, right? So it wasn't perfect, right? But you could hear. Now it might be two notes you add. It might not be like you think, oh, you have to add, all this stuff. Could be two notes. That sounded cool. Two notes. So then you start thinking, well, what am I going to play? Well, there's a million things you could play, of course, right? Unlimited, right? But let's go with something simple, okay? Something simple. And I talk about this a lot, okay? Because it's really valuable. So I'm going to talk about the flat third and using the flat third. And flat third itself, it can't stand still. It's got to do something. It's got to go up. It's got to go down. So I say flat third goes up, flat third goes down. And then it's 4 individual chords. We change as our chord. I ask my love. So there, that's a C chord. So I need to find my third. I can count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to flat that thing. And I go up with it. Or I go down with it. Okay? Well, I ask my love. I ask my love. It's a great note to start on. It doesn't have to be the only note you start on. The one I started on earlier, I started on the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You count to 6. And then I hit that, and then I did flat third down. Well, I asked my love start on the octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 octave. Well, I asked my love. Well, I asked my love. Flat third up. So using that flat third, that's like finding candy on the street that's unopened. It's so good, it's so tasty, it's so, no, it's not maybe the best metaphor, right? You shouldn't eat candy off the street. But it's easy once you start finding those things. Now let's talk about the other chords. So here's our big mystery as guitar players. We think that a C chord is different than a G chord. But let's look at it. Doesn't it even kind of look the same? You know, it's the same chord. Root third, fifth octave. Well, move it over. Root third, fifth octave. It's the same structure. So the thing that I learned in C, I can move over one string and I can play it in G. Whatever adjustments I have to make are already kind of made for me by thinking about the chord shape. So I could start on the flat third. I could start on the flat third and go up. I could start on the sixth. I could start on the octave. So now I've got things I can play over C and things I could play over G. And then my friend Steve Kaufman would say, but wait, there's more. Because we look at an F chord, and you can see it looks pretty similar to C, pretty similar to G. These three chords are practically the same. They have the same structure. Root, third, fifth, octave. That means we can find the third quickly, which means we can find the flat third, we can find the octave, which means we could play our licks there. I asked my love to take a walk, just to walk a little way. And as I walk, alone we talk. See, after every little phrase, I can put something in there. So hopefully now, this demystifies a little bit, that we're having a conversation, maybe with the singer, but in this case, kind of with the melody, conversation with the melody. So we've got the part that's set in stone, the melody, and then this little improvised part where we're using the notes of the chord. We're using these little things, this little flat third stuff, to add to the in-between parts. Okay, so I'm going to go to town here and play a little bit of Banks of the Ohio. And so listen carefully, and maybe you'll hear some of that. You'll hear where this conversational guitar playing is happening. Here we go.